This beast of a song is over 11 minutes long. One of the longest popular songs at that time was Satisfaction by the Rolling Stones, clocking in at a mere feeble 3 minutes 43 seconds compared to Desolation Row. With it being so long, is it all rubbish, or is there actually conviction in the words Dylan is saying? Let's start out simple. Take the title. Desolation, to me at least, means emptiness and loneliness. Row, meaning, most likely at least, a street with buildings on each side. The title itself is almost an oxymoron. It seems to me Dylan is going to paint a picture of loneliness and a hamlet full of surprises and wonder. We all know that to be true by knowing the song. Before getting into the lyrics fully, let's stay on this idea of Desolation Row actually being a place. Al Kooper said it's an area infested with whorehouses, sleazy bars, and porno supermarkets totally beyond renovation or redemption. Dylan said, "Oh, that's someplace in Mexico. It's across the border. It's noted for its Coke factory." Well, to be clear, it's not a set place in reality. Dylan is obviously joking here as he always did with reporters, just messing with them. Let's look into where this idea all stemmed from. A lot of people say the title took from Desolation Angels by Jack Kerouac, who we all know Dylan loved. And yes, I do agree with those people, but I think it was more of the idea of the story that Dylan took from it. Yes, you can write about being alone and yet seeing everything go on all around you. The other book that Dylan took from this title is Cannery Row by American John Steinbeck, which is another story with various characters. Dylan mentions the story by name a year later in the song Sad-Eyed Lady of the Lowlands. Like the stories, the song is fiction. These two books fuel Dylan into bringing crazy characters and circumstances into music. Let's brush over the music quickly before getting into the lyrics. Written in the key of E and using only the 1, 4, and 5 chords. At first, the song was electric heavy with Al Kooper at lead. Dylan didn't like it, so producer Bob Johnson brought in Charlie McCoy, who overdubbed his amazing, unforgettable steel string masterpiece a few days later. Now the main attraction, the lyrics. The first line ties into a quote from Dylan. Begins about where I came from, Duluth to be exact. And they're selling postcards of the hanging is absolutely about the lynching of 3 black men in Duluth. They were employed by a traveling circus and had been accused of raping a white woman. A mob broke them out of jail and wanted to hang them. The postcards with pictures of the hanging sold as souvenirs. Dylan always mentioned the circus coming to town being a huge influence on him. Unfortunately, I cannot play the song, but I will read parts of it. They're selling postcards of the hanging. They're painting the passports brown. The beauty parlor is filled with sailors. The circus is in town. Here comes the blind commissioner. They've got him in a trance. One hand is tied to the tightrope rocker. The other is in his pants. I think this part is mostly self-explanatory, and honestly, after knowing that the song is taken from 2 works of fiction, it can all be explained easily, and not much is needed to really deep dive into. It's a travel through time, through the truth and fantasy. You have Romeo and Juliet, you have Einstein, you have someone Dylan made up in Dr. Filth. You also have someone Dylan's favorite poets, Pound and Eliot. I think the last verse is the most interesting one. It gets a bit more personal. I received your letter yesterday about the time the doorknob broke. When he asked me how I was doing, was that some kind of joke? It seems he's not too excited to get correspondence from this person. All these people that you mention, yes, I know them, they're quite lame. I had to rearrange their faces and give them all another name. He doesn't care about the real world. It sucks. He's in Desolation Row and he's totally okay with it. Right now I can't read too good. Don't send me no more letters, no. Not unless you mail them from Desolation Row. Dylan struggled writing that part where he's describing how he's doing. Coming from, I don't feel so good. I'm walking by myself, and my head is breaking. Dylan basically says, until you're in my world, don't talk to me. It's all a state of mind, however. Desolation Row cannot be found on a map. It is in your mind. On the master track at the very, very, very end, if you listen close enough, someone laughs. It could be Dylan, but he likes to laugh during the songs. And it all seems like an oxymoron that the song is so long, but the deep dive is so short. But let's end with the Dylan quote. My words are pictures, and the rock's gonna help me flesh out the colors of the pictures. Hope you enjoyed this. Be sure to listen to the song, obviously, again, and subscribe if you want. Have a great day.